So when we explore Neverwinter Nights, we were talking about the different feats, and I want to focus on one specific feat. This is kind of like Dirty Fighting and how they implemented that. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Brew Potion. So you're playing a wizard or a sorcerer. You hit 3rd level. You're curious to see the recommended feats. You auto-select a feat, and it gives you Brew Potion. And at first glance, you're like, okay, that's kind of neat. I could whizzy up a potion somehow, but it costs you experience points. So from that perspective, and it's a small amount, but if you think about it, do I really need to create potions? I can just buy them. Why are they including this feat? In my opinion, agree or disagree, and here's the framework I'm going to lay. It is one of the more useless feats, and it is a feat I would never select as a wizard or a sorcerer. I need to boost the meta magic. I need to boost the DC. I'd rather take a proficiency in a school for a +1 over Brew Potion. So why was it included? Well, Neverwinter Nights is kind of interesting. It built off the success of Baldur's Gate in that Neverwinter Nights was going to be a 3.5, 3.x engine that it was originally envisioned as a toolkit, meaning we talk about virtual D&D today. We explore things like that, playing online. Neverwinter Nights did that. I think Neverwinter Nights dropped in 2000. It did that years ago. It was a toolkit. It was an idea as a DM. I could build my own adventure and then literally online play these with my friends on a server and run that. So what we see is, and no spoilers with this, the first campaign, the base campaign, it really wasn't that good. And it's not a criticism. It was an afterthought. It was this idea that you can't just sell a toolkit. You got to at least give a game or an adventure with it. Now, what we see with the expansion packs, those are proper, really, really polished, really excellent campaigns showing the strength of the engine and, of course, the stuff you can download and explore from the community. So within that framework, even though it's a min-max 3.5, 3.0, 3.x system, what you see are some feats that are far from optimal because they're trying to give a little bit of a role-playing feel. Because literally I can create my character, you can create yours, 2 other people can create theirs, and real time we can go in and we can play virtually together. And some of the different worlds out there are more role-playing, are more interaction, might be lower levels. So when you see a couple of these feats that from the min-max perspective you're like, why were they included? They were included for that reason, because it's a toolkit, and maybe there's something that players want to implement or a DM wants to implement, and having those feats and that availability is important. The Brew Potion, Craft Potion, that's available to the wizards and sorcerers, so they want to give it by default. But I'd rather buy the potion or rely on buffs. I'm not burning a feat slot. I'm not even burning XP, even though it's absolutely minimal, for that to happen. What we're going to do is take the feat that can boost my DC and can push in that direction. More to come as we make our way through the feats, and then we're going to circle back and finish up the character class reviews and ask the question, explore prestige classes a little bit more. There's some good, there's some not so good. I see what they were trying to do with it to build on the back of D&D 3.5. Got about halfway there. The question is that because of game implementation where you can't have all the classes? I still love, one of my favorite D&D 3.5 character classes is the Hexblade. I love the idea of a Hexblade. Playing it as a character would have been nice to get that prestige class. I can kind of do it with a duel. So I understand where they were going. Didn't quite get there, but from the min-max perspective, and there are a couple of really neat combinations that you can do and play as a prestige class. So building on the feats, we also need to look at that.